Okay. All right, y'all, we're going to mute everybody for the moment. Do you want to welcome everybody?
Yes,
All
just
right.
sharing it to my wall too. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the call. It's so fun to see all of you guys here. It's fun to hear you guys introduce yourselves and share where you're from. So we're gonna first start like we always do by giving everyone who is our most recent ER shredders a chance to share their experience and testimonials, but also, like Sean said, getting updates from any of you who are on your second and third and fourth shred. I know there's some of you have been around their fourth. So, oh yeah, Heather. So we would love to hear from you guys as well. So if you are wanting to share your results, then let us know in the chats if you haven't talked to us beforehand, and we'll call on you. So I think you have somebody.
Yeah, we do have someone queued up. And by the way, check out our gear, y'all.
Yeah.
Isn't this great?
Come alive.
It's so killer. And so this stuff, it's been a long time coming for various reasons. We wanted to do it right. We wanted to get quality stuff. And this stuff, a lot of you have already ordered up your stuff. Some of that will be delivered next week, and then some the week after. They had a machine go down, so they've been fighting through that. I was over there today, and we were lucky to get some of this stuff. So it's there, and they're starting to ship it now, which is very exciting. You can, if any of you want to get ER Shred gear so that you can spread the word, you can go to ershred.com, and there's a little button either at the bottom of the page or in the top right corner, and you can access that. So you'll be seeing our boy Jesse Jamnick rocking shred gear soon, because we're sending him a lot of shred gear. Anyway, first was, I put a disclaimer in the chat. Any of you have questions, we put a disclaimer in the chat in case you were curious about, if you can do this. It's important that we make sure to mention that. The first one, if she's out there, was Barbara Bush. Are you out there, Barbara? And do you know how to unmute yourself? Let me see if she's even in this chat. She might not have made it on yet. Hold on. If Barbara didn't make it on yet, then maybe we'll start with a, let's start with Kimber. Kimber, you there?
I'm here.
Hi, hey, Kimber.
Hey guys, I want my hat.
It's coming.
Oh my gosh. I did a hat and a tank, so I'm so excited.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's coming. It's on the way.
Good.
So Kimber, give us an update. Who is, like, Kimber, how'd you do, and what's the latest, all that good stuff?
So I'm so excited. Sean and Crystal, you probably contacted me back in, I don't know, September, October. It was October. And I was like, yeah, that's good, but they look amazing and they already have great bodies and and they just, I just seen your results, but I was like, they just are beautiful people anyway. And I'm like, and then I also was so skeptical because I was like, well, I had been programmed. I always have loved, I'm telling you, like, meat. I've always loved, especially red meat. And over the years, you hear, those stories or the claims about how it's not so healthy. I've never been a big chicken lover, so I kind of strayed away from the meat. So even though, and I love butter, but we've been programmed over the years that that's maybe not the healthiest or whatever. So I was pretty skeptical when you reached out to me, to be honest. And I'm skeptical by nature. I was skeptical the first time when I partnered with this company in 2002. I, was skeptical back then, but what happened back in 2002 with just our simple system back then, and what I seen with this one was the results. I started watching, I just joined the group. I was watching the results. I could not deny what was going on for people. Got me so excited. And I thought, I been generally healthy my whole life. I haven't really had to worry about a lot of weight issues, I would say. But the older I get, as I reached, I'm 52 now, oh my gosh. And I wake up with these aches that I'm like, where did that come from? Like, my little toe was hurting the other day. And I'm like, where does that come from? And there was just some things in with my health challenge or health that I have had challenges with. Just having these achy, I call it achy breaky body, that is 24/7. And I just kind of resigned to the fact that maybe that was just what I'm supposed to accept, hormones, getting older. And I just thought that's just how I'm going to have to live, and, try to adjust supplements and do the right things. But, and then in the meantime, I just honestly got to a weight that I also kind of accepted. And I'm not saying that, everybody has kind of an ideal weight, but I kind of accepted that maybe this is just where my body's settling at 52.
Mhm.
And even though I tried to be happy with it, I wasn't deep down inside. And I just knew that there has to be, I see other people my age that are still just killing it and crushing it. But I really had just been like, "Oh, I just have to be happy with where I'm at. I'm generally healthy." So I wasn't though, you guys. And so I just wanted to give it one last run. And when I seen the results that you guys were having, um, I had amazing results. But by day 7, I didn't even realize that I was like, my body felt totally different. The way I felt, those body aches were just gone, and I just could not believe it. So, yes, the pounds and inches was amazing, but the way I felt with over, my entire body was the biggest blessing. And that's what I'm so most excited about. But I'm generally a little bit shorter, so I'm like 5'4". But I think I've shrunk in my old age. Is that possible? I think I'm closer to 5'3". So I got to my highest weight ever in my life. And so for me right now, let's see, I'm down 18 pounds, 24 inches. So that like is a lot for my
Wow.
height. And so even though I'm littler in height, it just really shows, if that makes sense. So I am thrilled. I'm getting a waist back. I'm eating. The biggest thing too, I'm not so much a sugar person, but I was super salty. So I'm like the potato chips, chips and salsa, French fries. That's kind of my go-to. Don't have that craving anymore. In fact, after I think the first round I did, I figured out that one of my favorite foods is probably a culprit, which is potatoes, which
Oh,
makes me a little bit sad, but I don't even miss it anymore. Like the benefits of feeling good now and my body feeling good outweigh, like I can make the choice to do that. And I still enjoyed like Thanksgiving and Christmas and a couple mini vacations with eating just kind of back, not perfect in between
sure.
the shreds, but it's just like my body now, like intuitively, I know what to feed my body that feels good. And it's not really, now I can say to myself, is it worth feeling yucky for that little potato chip? And it's just not anymore. So anyway, I'm just thrilled. Thank you so much for introducing me, and that I finally was open to the whole experience. I'm so grateful to be part of it, and watching everybody else's results is just amazing. That's what lights me up every day.
Thank you, Kimber. And I love that you shared your experience figuring out what a culprit was. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more real quickly, like how you realized that maybe potatoes weren't um, sitting
But
right with you? Like, what did you notice?
you know what it was Thanksgiving. Because my favorite is mashed potatoes and gravy. I
Mm,
love that. And it was more just like the next, or I don't even know if it was like the next day or whatever, but my body started feeling those, for
Mm,
me, aches in my body again. And so I just don't, I mean, my fiance Rick can tell you, I am like a chipaholic. Like that is my favorite thing. I don't even have that craving anymore. And so um, I think I think that with this whole process, you become like Crystal, you mentioned very a lot before, and I think you're going to do this tomorrow night about just being intuitive. We've been told by so many other people what to do with our body or how to eat or what to eat, and we kind of stop listening to our own bodies. I think our body, we know what to do with our body. For me, I love red meat my whole life, but I was like programmed that that was wrong. I
yeah.
love butter, but we've kind of been told that's wrong. Now I'm like, I don't love to be like a total nutrition geek or product geek, if I could say that, but I'm like really intrigued by this whole process. And so I ordered that book, The Carnivore Cure, I think. because now I really want to like figure out this whole thing, because why is it like it worked for me? And I'm so excited that it's working for so many other people in this way.
Yeah.
And real quick, since this is your first time sharing, Kimber, what did you mean when you said you just felt so good? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Just seriously waking up with not those aches. Even before this, 3 p.m. it was that I got to go take that cat nap or the power nap. I call it power nap, so I felt better about it being really a
Yeah.
cat nap. Does that make sense? So, because I mean, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was like, I seriously had to sit down.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but I was serious thinking, kind of using that as an excuse. And it just like I was resigned to this whole thing that maybe in my 50s, I'm just supposed to feel this way. Like you just kind of just make excuses. And I think that's where I was. I was just making excuses. And I really, deep down in my heart, I knew I didn't feel and look as good as I could still. Didn't really want to do the work again until I knew the belief in the products have always been there from the beginning. But over the years, the cleansing and all that kind of stuff was harder on me.
Yeah.
That I seriously hadn't done a full cleansing protocol, like a 9-day or whatever, for years, because the cleanse days scared me, terrified me.
Mhm.
With you guys with this new protocol, I think doing the steak and shake days for prepare your body,
Yeah.
and then going into the cleansing and then the bone broth and all the extra things that we're doing, the incubating shakes, it is a whole other level. I just am so excited about the belief that I had back then, and then adding this, it's supercharged, and it's
Yeah.
just fun watching everybody have the results again and seeing what's going on with people.
Yeah.
It's been fun to see your involvement too, Kimber. I want to thank you for that. You were live in the group today, and you did great. You did awesome on
Yeah, I love
mindset.
that.
So thank you so much, and we appreciate all your contributions.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to you guys. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
We love you, Kimber. Thank you. All right, we got next up. How about we go with another superstar, Heather. Heather Seco Leonard, you out there?
I'm here.
All right, how we doing?
We're doing awesome. I kicked off shred number 5 this week.
All right.
So for those who don't know my story, my initial 11-day was back in October, and I lost 8.5 pounds and 17 something inches during my first shred. This shred and the last shred that I did, I have not weighed and I have not measured, because I was allowing those numbers to define me. So I have shredded that need to define me. The energy, the focus is all there. I went back into in-person teaching this week. So I have seen coworkers I have not seen since last March. And they're looking at me saying, not only are you physically different, your energy is different. You're rolling with it, you're there, you're on it. And so that to me is more empowering than what the scale says. I am no longer being defined by that. I went back into a size 4 pants. I'm happy with that. So to me, to be able to break up the relationship with the scale and to be listening, I'm listening to all the lives. I've been on the shred since October. I've been in this group for 6 years, but I'm still learning from this group. I'm listening to personal development books. I am doing a daily meditation read to work on my mindset to get that going, because that has been the empowerment that I have gained since I started this in October. So thank you.
Oh, that's so fun. Like to have other people notice your results. That is really exciting.
And another person who is just showing up for ER Shred. She's showing up for the culture and the community, and she's
Yeah.
giving and giving and giving. You guys have no idea how much Heather and Kimber have both been doing behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Can't thank you guys enough. You guys are so special to this culture, and we love you so much. Heather, just wanted to say, I've noticed
face and help. So I don't know what list Sean had, but is there anybody else out there that started, that wants to share, that maybe wants to do a follow-up? You're brand new. I know we have a lot of people watching on Facebook, but they can't necessarily do that. Sean, you back?
Yeah, but I wonder if it killed the Facebook share. No, it says it's still on.
Nope. It's still live and it's still going.
Oh, thanks for stepping up, Jesse.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. The next one on my list here was Carrie.
Hey
Carrie.
guys.
Hey,
Hi,
Carrie.
Carrie.
So I definitely want to share my update. So I started October 2nd and I'm down 52 pounds.
Whoa.
52 pounds and 68 total inches
Whoa.
since October 2nd.
Oh
I
my-
don't know how many shreds I've done because I just have been doing nonstop.
Yeah.
I just got my blood work done and my cholesterol has dropped. I was
No, it hasn't.
everybody's like,
You're eating butter and meat. Don't tell
I
me that.
know. Because I thought, I've lost all this weight. I wonder what it would be like, And I had my blood work done in September. And so I thought, I wonder. And it had dropped 20 points. So my doctor was kind of amazed with it. And my scrubs I've shared before, I've gone from a 2X. I just bought me size medium.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I'd stand up, but I'm freezing cold because it's actually my second day cleanse.
Oh,
and I just finished my bone broth because I'm like, I am freezing. So I'm wrapped up in a blanket. and
upstairs.
Oh, Carrie, incredible.
So, and we've been having a lot of patients come into the clinic that we haven't seen since like pre-COVID or for a long time. They don't like to come into the clinic, and they are always, it's kind of like, wait a minute, have you been working with this doctor are you the same person? And so the recognition has been amazing. I have tried a few things here and there, finding my culprits. And the thing is somebody asked me, well, I hate to have to say I can't. And it's like, I can have food. I can have, whatever I want. But if I choose that, then I have to suffer the consequences. And to me, it's not worth it.
Mhm.
I feel amazing. And I had a really bad reaction to the COVID vaccine. And I really think that I got through it quicker than I
Oh,
probably
don't
would
say
have
that.
without it.
Don't you
Oh.
say that. You watch it there, girl.
Sorry.
We're not allowed to say that word, that C word.
Whoopsies.
That C word. I know.
Hey,
I
Carrie,
live with it every day though.
Carrie, tell me this.
Uh-huh.
Have you been able to introduce new, different foods and discover what is good for you and serves you?
I have. Mostly vegetables. I've tried a few vegetables here and there, and it's almost instant. It's not even, 30 minutes later, an hour later. It is pretty much instant. I can tell as soon as it goes in. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Mm.
And the cravings are completely gone. We've over Christmas was really kind of, it wasn't really tough. We had a lot of reps bringing in treats, over the holidays.
Mhm.
They bring them in all the time, but I really just don't even have the cravings for it. The food that they bring in, I can usually find something, but I always have my steak ready.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm fine with that. I'll just heat up my amazing ribeye or,
Mhm.
put some butter on it. And I get some weird looks, but they're like, you don't want Cafe Rio? You don't want, Olive Garden? It's like, no, not at all.
There, we haven't eaten out
Yeah.
in months. And it's not like, you can't eat out on ER shred. It's not like that. But once you get really clean and pure and you really value feeling your best at all times, you just have to take
Yeah.
into consideration what are they putting in my food. That's all.
Yeah. And I love
Exactly.
that it's like I really feel like this protocol gets us down, to that baseline in order for us to be so much more intuitive. And I love how much easier it is for us to notice the foods that don't work for us. And I don't think we were able to, like most of us beforehand could eat a culprit food and we would just be already so used to not feeling well that we just wouldn't realize that that food didn't sit right with us. So I love that we are now it just, like you said, it's instant, right away, oh, that I shouldn't eat that. Oh, I can eat that. So it's really cool that it's become a lot easier for us to just recognize which foods that we can and can't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Carrie. You're just awesome. You just keep on getting better and showing up. We're so grateful for you. Everybody, just so you know, Carrie's part of our family on Crystal's side. So love you.
Yep. Well, I love you guys.
Mwah.
Thank you, Carrie.
We love you too. All right, Kate, let's bring on Vince there. Vince is showing up.
Hi, Vince.
What's up, man?
Here, we'll turn it so the camera can be on you more.
Hey, Vince, look at my toys. I got toys. Just
Look
I
at all
got
these.
toys like you, man. So, Vince, I'm going to ask you a few questions. How's that?
Okay.
All right, Vince. How old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10. Okay. And so I know you kind of did maybe a modified program. You're not technically, they recommend that ages 12 to 18 can do singular cleanse days. That's their recommendation. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you. I know you have been doing some ER shredding of your own, right?
Mhm.
So what have you, how's it been, like eating like that? How's it been?
I mean, I felt a lot better than I thought I would.
Really?
I was worried that I wasn't going to feel the way I feel.
Yeah.
I thought I was just going to be wasting time like every other diet I've tried, but no, this was nice.
Well, that's great. And I know that I watched your video where you talked about, your goal around football and dropping some pounds so that you could play a certain position, right?
Mhm.
That's awesome, man. So was the ER shred hard for you or doable?
I mean, it was definitely doable. I would say the first day, like on the 5th day, I was tired of meat because I ate that so much. It was getting annoying.
Tell me this, what about the shakes? What do you think about the
The
incubated?
shakes, I really like the shakes. I look forward to those.
Oh, good. That's one of the best things you can put in your body, buddy.
I love the strawberry.
What's your favorite flavor?
Probably strawberry.
Oh, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
me
And-
too.
And have you noticed any results around those pounds you were hoping to shed for football?
Yeah, I dropped 8.
8 pounds.
That's
8
awesome.
pounds. So I'm getting there.
That's so cool, man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
What a
good
little
for
stud. I
you.
played football when I was your age. I played football for 12 years. I bet your friends think you're pretty cool to take your physical, your body, to take it serious like that. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, my friends are always like, I brought my cleanse stuff today to school, and they were all like, "What the heck is that?" And I was just laughing so hard because they had no clue what it was.
Yeah. Well, you're quite the little guy there. Have you noticed any other benefits? Have you noticed that you are not as attracted to junk food or anything like that?
Like, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than it was. I have had a lot more energy. I'm getting up more easily. I feel like I'm more energized is a better way to put it.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
That's great.
What about with junk food and stuff? How do you feel about
I mean,
that?
with junk food, I don't really crave it as much as I used to anymore. So I'm more looking forward to salads now. Salads and
Salads are his cheat, guys.
salads are my cheat.
We've come a long ways.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great. Oh, thanks for sharing, Vince. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
What about you, Kate? Have you noticed anything cool about your little guy there?
I noticed our whole family, because we used to struggle to get up in the morning, and between him and Wade and I, we are getting up early. We are more organized. We definitely don't snack. We don't have cravings at all. It's like you said, it's like you think it's impossible, but it's actually possible. So it's kind of a strange thing. The mental clarity for sure has been huge. it's really hard to explain to somebody until you do this, but there's something to be said about like your body just like you can feel like it's circulating. Like does that even make sense? Like you just feel so clean and you kind of can feel, I don't know what to call it other than to say like it's almost like you can feel the movement of your blood moving through your body and you're just, I don't know, clean. Like I don't know how to explain
I
it.
know what
I
you
don't
mean.
even know if I
It's
can
that
even explain
awareness
the
that-
feeling.
Yeah, totally. I totally get what you're trying to say.
Awareness.
Like you
is a
don't
good
feel
word.
like
Yeah, the
sluggish.
awareness of your body and everything that all its functions. It's such a cool sensation to get that in tune with your body where you're starting to like appreciate all of its functions, like every part of your body, you know. I really do like to pay attention to certain
Yeah.
organs too, like my liver, and just try to be like that in tune to my whole body.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain to somebody until you go through the process of it. But one thing for me is that back pain runs in my family. My sister has bad back pain, my mom, me. My mom's just started the ER shred this round with me. And I have noticed, especially being a hairstylist, and I've been doing it now for 12 years, and being on my feet and bending over and always having back pain, my back pain is gone. So that was huge for me because I used to have to like wake up in the morning and like pull my feet up to my chest and kind of like stretch out my back or like hunch like a certain way, and I don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, it's great. And I know you were a personal trainer, weren't you, Kate?
Second, I'm
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, for you to say that there's just something different, you feel something, it actually speaks volumes to the protocol.
Mhm.
Jesse will kind of clue everybody in what that is, that thing. We're gonna do, thank you so much, Kate. Hey, Vince.
Yeah?
My son doesn't like it when I say the word stud. He doesn't like that word. So what's the word right now, Vince? Is it you are sick? Is it you are
Yeah, what is
you
the
are
cool,
fire?
What's the cool word? You are
I don't know. What is it?
You're lit, Vince. You're lit. Vince is lit. Is that it, Vince?
I think so, yeah.
learn
Vince,
the
what
words.
you're not, listen, you are not cringe. Not even a little
Not
cringe.
cringe.
No, you're not cringe. You're lit.
And Heather's laughing because she's around teenagers all day, so she knows these words. And we're trying to learn and keep up with the teens, you know?
I didn't
All right.
even know that was a teenage word. You guys just taught me.
Oh man, we're never cool. Like we never. By the time we get the words, we had moved on. To
I
other
know,
words.
like Sean says bet all the time now, and Lily's like, that was so last year.
Oh. All right, let's do one more. It's Bonnie. Are you out there, Bonnie, for a 2 to 3 minute update? Thank you, Kate and Vince. That was awesome.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Bonnie.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I was just that Vince. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That is so. Every child needs to hear him.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's been coming to me is honestly looking at all of you, and everybody just seems happy and healthy. You look healthy, but so much I want to say, and I don't know. I'm on my second day of my cleanse. This is my fourth one, and I'm kind of like, was it Heather? I can't remember. I don't really focus on the scale. I've got a few rolls that I had. Paul, are you there? No. Seriously, I can't believe my stomach, how flat it's got. And, everybody's had different things and different aches and pains. I was mainly having a hard time with the bloating. Couldn't get rid of that. And I've been on the product for 19 years, you guys, and had great results in the beginning, and I just got stuck. And so cleansing, had I not been doing like we do on a normal cleanse, we got our health, which I'm so grateful for, but the bloating was making me nuts. It's like I'm drinking more water, and Paul has a joke with me, drink more water. I'm like, I drink a lot of water. but I think the bloating has been one of my best things with this reset. I don't have it anymore. And just like today, I kept thinking, boy, about when I started, it was middle of November, end of maybe the beginning of November. I kept thinking if I could see my waist again, that would be nice. But the rolls by my waist, you guys, are almost gone. I mean, they hung over. I hate to say that, but I think the bloating, and so many people are in a sense, miserable because they're so bloated. And and it does go back to what are you eating, what are you drinking, but I feel good. And all of us that have been on the 9-day cleanse from the very beginning, the bone broth it's the secret sauce, in my opinion, for the cleanse. It is amazing how it takes, and I had blood sugar issues, and I don't know if Randy remembers, but I literally had headaches from my blood sugar. I went through it. I didn't care. I wanted to do it anyway. And so to not have headaches when I cleanse, oh, it's amazing to me. So the results, as of for my 4th shred, I'm down 18 pounds. And probably I'm awful. I don't really measure. I just go by my clothes. Probably 18 to 20 inches all over.
Yeah.
But the main thing is I feel good, and it's just amazing, you guys.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And who was just saying I think it was Kate talking about how do you explain that to people? They're missing out on that extra feeling good, the healthy feeling good. And
I
and
just keep saying there's depth there, and everybody looks at me like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, sure there is. But I'm like, no, really, like there's depth.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to
it's
say.
just, and as Kimber was saying, the carbs things, I mean, I'm sorry, but my mother worked at the Clover Club potato chip factory, and we grew up on potato chips. And I think that was probably my big addiction, more than sugar as well. But I don't want any potato chips. And so anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited for all of you guys to hear results. Amazing, just amazing. The reset. And I've never enjoyed meat so well. I was leaning more to the plant base. And so AHA came to me about 8 weeks ago now. I'm not getting enough protein. My gosh. I was still drinking my shakes, but I needed that. I guess I needed more meat with butter. So anyway, I'm excited. So
Thank you, Bonnie.
Yeah.
thank you guys. Thank you for being in tune and coming up with this.
I
We're
want-
all blessed.
I want to add one more my recent things that I noticed about my results. When you guys were talking about the the body and all that, the aches. Well, for me, I noticed that every morning when I would go down the stairs, I'd crack. crack. All my joints, like my knees would pop, my ankles would pop. And I was telling Sean just a little bit ago that I'm like, hey, I noticed that I'm not cracking anymore in the mornings when I go down the stairs. There's no cracking.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know what that is, but it must be a good thing because those pops kind of sound creepy.
I know, my gosh, I'm cracking a lot. There's a lot of cracking.
All
Can
right,
I
guys.
say one more thing?
Mhm.
Jesse, I think it was last week, I heard him say, you know what, 11 days, you're not going to die, guys. And that's what I'm saying to people now that are still thinking and still skeptical. That really resonated with me. My heavens, 11 days to reset your body and to eliminate. So you might want to say that to people that are on the fence. You're not going to die in 11 days.
You'll be fine.
Well, I got to tell you guys, and Jesse, I think you're probably like me. I'm just as excited about this call as any other call we've ever done. And you know why? Because ER Shred is not some fad thing that you just do for 11 days. I'll let Jesse, I'm not going to steal any of that thunder from him, but that's how I'm feeling right now. Is like, This is one of the best calls we've ever had. So you want to introduce Jesse?
Well, you do such a good job.
All right.
I don't want to.
In this corner, we have at 190 pounds of pure, solid muscle. So Jesse, guys, Jesse, I've known him for 5-6 years. He's a nutrition coach, and he's also an ultra marathoner. He's a certified nutrition coach, and he's the only ER Shred ambassador. He's one of my best friends. Crystal and I just feel so grateful for him and all the time and energy that he puts into this. He literally epitomizes what ER Shred's all about, which is just authenticity and vulnerability, and admitting when we're wrong, admitting that we don't have all the answers. And so Jesse, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you rock the rest of this call out.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for that wonderful introduction.
Yes.
I'm 187 pounds right now, though, so I just want to make sure that we're being authentic and real and raw with everybody. This call, Kate, seriously, thank you for sharing your son. That brings back like such emotion for me, because I remember growing up struggling with weight, and it really affected me. And for him to have a goal, not just doing it because of weight, but to put towards a goal, it's just the most beautiful thing. So I sent you a message, by the way. I'm just connecting now too to make sure you get back with me. But anyways, guys, here's the deal. As you see, week after week after week, story after story. Randy, by the way, you look amazing in that white ER Shred hat. And Tony's so handsome in his black one. I'm wondering where mine is for my bald head. I don't know. But anyways, so, here's the thing, guys. As we see week after week, Sean touched on it. It's not a fad. We've been preaching this from day one. It's not a fad. If you actually connect the dots, it's not a fad. I know in the beginning, people look at me like I'm Dr. Wacky, and they're like, what kind of stuff are you smoking? And I'm like, nothing, right? And the thing is that we have to look at, what is the ER Shred? Why are we all coming alive? Why are people losing weight? Why are people no longer feeling pain? Why does our back not hurt? Because I'm going to tell you again, and I will preach it every single day, the body is the miracle. You were never broken. You were never broken in the first place. You just got distracted. You got sidetracked by billions and billions and billions of dollars that are pounding you with fake advertising and fake crap all the time. And even somebody like myself, who has dedicated 15 plus years of studying in this field, you still can easily get distracted, right? So when I remember the day Sean came to me, I remember working with him for a long time, trying to figure out his health issues. And he goes, bro, I think we got it. And he shares this with me. And at first it was like kind of, I was like, well, I don't know, that seems kind of crazy. But then I started putting some things together, right? And I know I've shared this before, but if you're brand new or if you're watching on Facebook, we got a lot of people on there too. One of the nutrition schools that I was fortunate enough to study at was Institute of Integrated Nutrition. And it's a little bit different than your average college. It's not the nutritionist side of things. That was different. This one studied over 100 different dietary theories: high protein, low protein, high carb, low carb, more veggies, no fish. No, it was crazy. But every single presentation was a doctor or a scientist, and they all had proof on why their method was there. And I remember at that point going into that, I had already been studying nutrition for many, many years. I've done it with my own self. I put myself through, all sorts of different diets. We'll just use that word, even though I hate it. And I started to kind of put this thing together, like maybe it's not just one thing. Maybe we can steal pieces from everything. And is that the magic code? Is it not just one way, right? So when Sean presented this and I started to flip back through the book and look through the notebooks, it started to come up. Like, we studied the carnivore diet, we studied the elimination diet, we studied the low carb diet, we studied all of that stuff. But what I realized over the years of coaching people and doing it myself was it was really, really difficult to stick to just one way, right? So when we merge this together, the ER Shred is this, I look at it as this conversion, right? It's this this formulation of multiple different things. It's not necessarily carnivore. It's not necessarily keto. It's not necessarily just low carb. It's the best of all of it. It's the best of all of it joined together, backed by years of science of different products that we use, and we're maximizing that research, right? You know, one of the coolest things about science is it's always changing, and that's also why it's very confusing, because you're gonna have to be open-minded. But the ER Shred's really simple, right? The most powerful component of the ER Shred is hands down the elimination aspect of the ER Shred. And why is that? Because as a human being, if you studied the body inside and out, like I've made it my mission to do, you would understand that every single thing that you choose to eat instantly sends signals inside your body, and all of your systems rely on each other to work in unison. All of your cells rely on, you know, a cell getting certain nutrients so it can then pass off to another one. And the problem is that over the years, we've just bombarded our body with all sorts of fake food. I call it food-like substances, right? The chemically processed garbage, the chips, the pretzels, the stuff. And again, I've eaten those all over the time. So I'm not demonizing any food, but what we've done is we've put this stuff in our body, not knowing what serves our individual body. You see, my food could be your poison. And that's the challenge when it comes to health. But with the elimination aspect of the ER Shred, we're taking away the gluten, the soy, the high fructose corn syrup, the pesticides, the herbicides, all of the stuff that we know doesn't actually speak to our body. When you put a chemical inside of a living thing like your body, it doesn't actually know what to do with it. It doesn't do any good. It does so much bad. But the thing with the body is that you don't feel it tomorrow. You don't feel it the next day. The human body takes 5, 6, 7, 10 years. You're such a miraculous machine. Your heart will never miss a beat. Your lungs will never miss a breath. Your body is going to adjust to what you do. It's supposed to help you survive, right? So when we eliminate all of those culprit foods, what are we actually doing? We are attacking chronic inflammation. And I'm not just talking going tiptoeing. I'm talking we're taking a sledgehammer and we're beating that thing right in the back of the side of the head is what we're doing. We're smashing chronic inflammation. And if you understand what chronic inflammation does inside of your body, it just wrecks everything. It causes war. We're going to leave it that simple, but it literally makes your own body attack itself. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And it's scary because it doesn't weigh anything. It's scary because it doesn't show itself until it compiles. And all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, my life is spiraling out of control. The other major thing that we're doing is we are regaining back control of our insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the most powerful hormone inside of the human body. If you have high insulin counts and high blood sugar counts, good luck trying to lose weight. Good luck trying to feel awesome. Good luck trying any of the things that are out there. It's just not going to work. So we strip away all of those culprit things and we allow the body to be the miracle that you always have been. Do you understand? Like, you're just allowing your body to be the way it was designed to be. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? The second aspect of this is the reset, the R in the ER Shred. The reset aspect, we utilize 18-year research, nutritional cellular cleansing, intermittent fasting via nutritional cellular cleansing, right? And what are we going to do when we fast? It's like an oil change for the body. You know that if you have a vehicle and you just drive, and you don't get an oil change, you're going to blow the engine up. That's going to happen after however many thousands of miles, right? Again, the body, it's going to take years. And some of you went years and years and years and years, never giving yourself an oil change. So the reset side of it is this beautiful concept. We actually shift the body, right, to starting to learn how to become fat adaptive. And that's one of the beautiful things about the ER Shred is we are switching the energy source inside of our body. You can either take from glucose, sugar and carbs, or you can take from fat. And you have an endless supply of energy. So we are allowing the body to reset itself. And there's some beautiful things that happen with fasting, and we're utilizing the Cleanse for Life, known botanicals and herbs. It's Informed Sport, Informed Choice certified. Like, we're making sure that we are supporting the body to allow the body to do what it's supposed to do. The cleanse is not the magic, friends. Remember, you're the magic. So we are giving the body what it needs to actually come back to life. The reset aspect, we're dealing with balanced hormones. We're dealing with more HGH level production. We're dealing with, you know, all sorts of stuff, toxins that are stored inside of our fat cells. Once we shift over and start utilizing our fat energy, the oils from those cells are then released. It is the only time that your body will release the oils of those specific toxins. We're not talking about water-soluble toxins, we're talking about fat-soluble toxins. Now, you start to put this together, right? We're eliminating all of the crap. We're taking out all of the poison. It's literally poison, guys. It's not food. It's shit. It's poison, okay? So we're taking all of that out. We're giving the body back what it needs. We're allowing the body to actually start to function, and then we shred, right? What is shredding? Shredding to me is fueling for performance, fueling for peak performance, fueling to be the best that you can possibly be. Whether you want to be a little psychotic like me and pay money to go climb 16,000 feet and throw yourself back down the mountain the other way, and you need to fuel for performance that way, great. If you want to be the best mom and come home and have energy after a day, that's fueling for performance. If you need to be, you know, the best husband, the best wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, whatever the case may be, that's fueling for performance. Best grandma, best grandpa, you don't want to just sit around. You want to play with the grandkids. You want to have the energy. Do you understand? Like, that's shredding, right? So we're fueling the body for performance, and we're utilizing amazing food sources. We utilize meat, the thing that's been demonized for so long, based off of nothing else but money. And I can actually track that back and show you how that came about, right? But we're utilizing meat, one of the most nutritious foods that you could possibly put in your body. It has a healing component to it. It also has a bioavailability level. That means how much can we absorb of the stuff that we eat. You can eat all you want, but if you ain't fixed down here and you ain't absorbing anything, it's absolutely pointless. So again, what are we really doing? We're taking these pieces of everything and we're saying, here you go, body. We are now going to treat you like the amazing creation that you are and honor that temple versus destroying and trashing you all the time. And besides the meat and the butter, which is so healthy. I mean, look at the stories. Like, do I really have to sell you on the fact that meat's healthy and butter and grass-fed butter is healthy anymore? Hell no. Like, go look in the group. There's thousands of people that are literally coming alive and transforming themselves, right? Like, that case has been, that's out, right? If you want to argue, I don't have time to argue about that part. The other side of it is our amazing shakes, right? Macronutrient balanced shakes, Informed Sport, Informed Choice certified. If you've never heard of that, it's the gold standard in third-party certification. You put your money where your mouth is. The company pays a lot of money for that certification, and you don't do that certification unless you know you've got the goods, right? So this is a perfect, it's easy, it's delicious. I mean, like Vince, I look forward to these things every day. I drink 3 every single day. They are food to me. This is not the Happy Shake Club. Like, I use that because I know that I cannot get nutrition like that pretty much anywhere else. So we're combining that. We're also making sure that we're addressing any nutritional deficiencies, right? We're stripping away one way of energy and forcing the body to go to another. And we want you to feel amazing. So with the meat and the butter and the salt to balance our electrolytes, with this amazing shake that we've also learned through science that we can use an incubation process, which takes our net protein utilization from 20% up to 90%. Now, again, remember, bioavailability, right? Why would you not get 90% of that net protein utilization versus 20? So we're utilizing all these amazing concepts. We're putting it all together. We're giving the body back. So we're getting back down to baseline. We always say that, right? What is baseline? Baseline is the essential fuel that you need to thrive every day. And once you have that solid baseline, now you start to build. Now you start to create an epic story like Kerry, right? Where you now are in such control. I remember seeing her in week 1 to now, and I mean, she's a different person. The confidence, the energy, right? Like that exudes through everybody's skin. Nobody's talking about their skin. Like, you people look healthy. You people look sexy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need any extra, stuff. Like, you're hydrating from the inside out. You have new skin every 27 days. This skin you're looking at, it's gone every 27 days. And those new cells are either born in nutrient rich environments or nutrient deficient environments. You want to wonder why you're going backwards in age, right? I mean, Bobby looks like he's 21. He just had his 21st birthday, for crying out loud, right? We're going to take him out drinking. Like, it's amazing. You guys are all living examples of how amazing the body is. And that's why it all comes together. That's the simple form. There's so much more science behind it, but that's the simplicity of it. Okay. And then we had my favorite part, our community. Anything epic, anything big, anything that goes on forever. I could name names, but you could think of them. Think of big things that have this like following and culture out there, right? Our culture is unlike anything else. There's positivity. Hello, I can take more of that in my life right now, right? The amount of negative crap that goes on, people losing their shit all over the place, complaining about this, complaining about that, this, that, the other. I'm like, you got to come to the ER Shred community. It's all positive, right? Everybody's happy, everybody's smiling, everybody's joyful, everybody's cheering each other on. We are there for your good days. More importantly, we are there to help kick your ass on your bad days, right? That's the magic button. Suck it up, Buttercup. Why? Because we love you, because we believe in you, because if you feel like I feel every single day, oh my God, you would throw a party for yourself. You would literally throw a damn party for yourself. And I can create a bigger ultra marathon running team because you would all believe that you can do these crazy things with your body, right? Like, your body is just this miraculous thing. So our community is my favorite aspect. 20.4 thousand strong now, growing every single day, of people of all walks of life, from old to young to athletic to non-athletic, and everybody's there to lift each other up. Everybody's there to help you. That is priceless, Sean. That is priceless. It is something that people pay so much money for and wish that they could be a part of a team like that. And we just have that. We have that for everybody. And that's my favorite part. So 4 basic components of the ER Shred is why we hear all of these amazing, epic, transformational stories, but really it's just you guys realizing how awesome you were to begin with in the first place. That's it. Really let that sink in. Really let that sink in, because if you believe in yourself like that, I promise you, nothing is unachievable. Nothing in this world is unachievable. All you got to do is go. And it starts with your health. Because like I'll always tell you, your health is your greatest wealth. You can't make crazy money if you don't have your health. You can't change the world if you don't have your health. You can't show up at epic levels for whatever it is you're showing up for without amazing health. All right, Sean, that's what I got for tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it so much. You break it down in such a way that it's, people can actually understand it. And so that's what I've always appreciated about you, is that this type of information can be very complicated. This type of information can actually make you feel, oh, I don't know what to do. I can't understand it. Therefore, I'm frozen. A confused mind stops. And Jesse, the gift that Jesse has, and that's why he's our ER Shred ambassador, is he has the ability to take complex information and break it down in a way that you can actually understand it and digest it. So I hope you guys were able to understand what he was sharing with you. If not, come on next week and again and again. And I can promise you this stuff is going to start sinking in. It's going to start making sense. We'll do this again next week. And next week, we're going to have a whole bunch of brand new testimonials. I know, because we've got huge amount of people doing ER Shred right now that started on the 25th. What was it? The date? Yeah,
25th.
25th. Yeah, we're only a couple days in. So next week's going to be awesome. We have an ER Shred coming up on February 15th. So we want to make sure we invite you all to join us on that. February 15th, we're going to do a great big, another massive 11-day for everybody that's done it before. Come repeat, or go invite all your friends and all your family and everybody. In fact, invite them to next week's call or share this recording with them so that they can learn what this is all about. And I think this call, more than any we've ever done, will convince people that this is sustainable. We really appreciate you guys joining us. And Jesse, thanks for always bringing that amazing energy that you have, that awesome zest. We just love it, man. I love
My
what you
pleasure,
said about
brother.
Shred.
Heart-shaped steaks. Valentine's Day heart-shaped steaks is what we're doing for February 15th. Heart-shaped steaks and heart-shaped butter. I got to get some molds so we can make those things.
I like it, brother. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and we'll sign off here on Facebook for sure. Everybody, I'll unmute you if you want to tell Jesse thank you. I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Jesse, and thank you
Awesome job.
everyone who shared tonight. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, what an amazing
Yes.
call.
Thanks,
That's my
Jesse.
favorite part. Listening
Thanks,
to all
Sean,
you guys
Crystal.
crushing life. That's my favorite.
Thanks for sharing, everyone.
Night,
Thanks,
everybody.
Jesse and everyone.
Thank you,
Good
Jesse.
night.
Bye. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.